This is Michelle Goldman with Cpmd 1512 Week 4 and the review of the Network Validation User Data app for iOS. First, we'll look at handling the requirement of network connectivity and how that will present itself to the user. First, we'll turn off the computer Wi-Fi because that's the only way to do it in iOS, and then we'll go into add a new course. Okay, when the user clicks save, when there's no network connection, they'll be alerted of that and that the course will be saved once the network connection returns. So I've implemented a reachability class in iOS to handle the network connection to present to the user, but also I've done a pin and background so that the user will be able to see that it's in their course list, even though there's no network connection. But you can see here in the parse cloud, it is not saved. It's not there yet. And if we restore the Wi-Fi to the computer and then refresh, then you'll see it's here. So actually using the pin and background and the save eventually, that's what's allowing that to work here. And the other part is when you have to use the pull to refresh, which is another feature that has to be implemented. The user is still allowed to do that, but because there's no Wi-Fi connection, even if there's a change in the parse cloud, which I can't even do with killing my connection, it's not going to come through until the network connection is restored. So the data validation. So let's start with the sign up screen. So let's put in a couple of characters for each. We go to sign up, and then there's an alert that comes up. Plus I also have a label that appears if the user is not putting in the 4 to 8 alpha characters. So let's actually show the keyboard so that way we could see that. So we go to the username, it has to be 4 to 8 alpha characters. So we'll go ahead and we'll put that in. We go back to sign up, and then it goes to the password error where it has to be 8 numbers, and you only have the numeric keyboard, so you don't have an option of putting alpha in, and that kind of takes care of itself. So let's put in our 8 numbers, and we'll say sign up. Oh, and well, there's our parse error. So we'll just pick a different username, say sign up, and there we go, sign up successful. Great, and it switches to login. Login is going to be the same. Same credentials, 4 to 8 alpha characters. And then we get the form error if we don't correct the password issue. And then log in. And there is our user. Okay, so that takes care of the data validation for the logging in and the signing up. So let's go to add a course, and we have similar validation here as well. Okay, so if we put in less characters or more characters than are allowed, then we're going to get the form error. So we need to fix that. And then you'll see again, it only accepts the numeric, and limitation is on 2 digits, but let's see, we'll put in 3 digits and say save, and then we get the error. So then we know we have to have a max of 2 digits, and now we can save, and course saved successfully, and there is our course. So that takes care of our data validation. Okay, so lastly, we had to implement a server polling service into the application so that it would be able to run in increments of 20 seconds talk to the parse cloud, update the data, and also provide a UI control for the user to be able to manually refresh the data. So what I've done is for the UI control, I put it in a pull to refresh. So if you pull down, it also shows the courses updated. It gives the date and the time. So we've got that. And here we've got Juliet in the cloud with the pottery class. So let's change that. And then if we come here and pull down to refresh, you see that it's updating the information. Okay, so now let's change the information again. And then we'll just wait, and you can see here in the Xcode where I've actually got the dispatch async running, so it's going to run every 20 seconds, and I just have a print going to the log so that I know it's happening every 20 seconds, and you can see here it has updated by itself on the screen. So all of that is working perfectly.